Hey people, 5Aces here, and this is gonna be a little bit of an unconventional video for my channel, because this is completely unscripted. I'm rattling this off the top of my dome piece. Not that my other videos are scripted, but I usually put more prep time into them. And so basically what I'm asking you, Internet, I wanna ask you to help me build a PC that can run Shadow Paradise 2v2s. Might as well be asking you to land the Mars rover for me, for all I know. But yeah, those of you who are tech savvy and interested in the matter, in the subject matter, can help me match and choose and pick some components for the computer that I'm planning on purchasing. Now first off, in terms of the budget, as some of you may know, I have recently moved across the country with my family, and the move has eaten into my savings like it's Taco Thursday. But hey, we are still gonna make it work, and I still plan on splurging a significant chunk of my savings on that. As you can see here, that's quite a high number, but yeah, it's gonna be good. Enough left in the bank. I've been floating for a while, a little bit at least. So let's go over this sort of quick. So the manufacturer that I chose would have been the Asus. No, AMD, sorry. There we go. AMD for most of the components. And the company who are going to be delivering and building the PC are PC specialists, which this is not sponsored, by the way. It's just one that had pretty good reviews online, and I think they're British based, and they delivered to Austria within a business week or so. Alright, so first off, in terms of the case, I really don't want like an LED case or any RGB lightings or stuff like that. Don't want it to be fancy. It just needs to hold the components and also hold enough fans. So I just chose a basic bread box, black bread box. Right, now for the meat and potatoes of this. First off, the processor. I wanted to go for something that's really high end. So I chose an AMD Ryzen, or is it Ryzen or Ryzen? Or Ryzen. A Ryzen 9 5950X 16 core at running at 3.4 gigahertz and 4.9 gigahertz 72 megabyte cache, sorry. And this I think is a pretty good one, pretty high end. But if you have anything else in that list that sounds better to you, usually it goes up in price the lower I go, but also it goes up in quality correspondingly, I hope so at least. So I think that should be solid. Then as for the main board, which is usually the main star of the show, I chose the Asus Crosshair 8 Hero Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is kind of a new thing to me, a new concept. Apparently it is already, basically has an integrated Wi-Fi card as well. It is RGB compatible and DDR4. I think that's a pretty good one. The other ones would be the ROG. So basically they're all from the ROG Republic of Gamers series. I think they're well suited for games, as far as I understand. Then as for the random access memory, I chose the 64 gig Corsair, which comprises 4 16 gig sticks. Running at 3200 megahertz. I could go for something that like the Vengeance DDR4, and obviously my mainboard would be compatible with this. That would up the price. Oh no, that would actually lower the price. Wow. So yeah, so this is already quite an interesting conundrum for those of you who are familiar with the subject matter. What's better? Which one sounds better to you? Is it the 2x16 RGB at 3600 megahertz, or would you rather prefer having 64 gigs split up into four sticks of 32 mega, running at 3200 megahertz? Because I have no idea which one is going to be running faster. As for the graphics card, there are two options that looked interesting to me. The AMD Radeon RX 6800 XT, that basically is on offer for now. The other one would have been the 12GB Asus ROG Strix GeForce RTX 3080 Ti. I think they're both quite good. We could go for the Quadro workstation graphics cards, but I don't think that's really necessary. That would honestly be overkill. So, yeah, for my money, I think it's either one of those two. The 12 gig is actually, yeah, it's actually way more expensive. Interesting. So is that actually, please let me know, is that actually much better? I have no idea. Yeah, anyway, for now I'm gonna be switching to the, oh wait, the 16 gig. 16 gig RX 6800, that's the one. No secondary graphics card because I honestly do not know how to utilize that properly. Then we've got the hard drives. I've chosen two 6TB hard drives and one SSD, and the idea is like a 1TB SSD. The idea is that the SSD usually has faster access to the data contained upon it. So that 1TB SSD would be holding the Windows, basically is all there's to it, and the rest would be for whatever else I'm choosing to save on there. Then no secondary SSD, no DVD Blu-ray player. That's really not something I'd need. External hard drive, no. I chose an external USB micro SD card reader because I sometimes use those. Then, as for the power adapter, I chose a Corsair 850 watts. That's basically because anything below that is incompatible. Because this PC part picker actually tells you if something is incompatible. And then I've got Hydro CPU cooling. Some people have told me that this is probably not necessary if I'm not familiar with it, and I'm not. But I think it's still good to have. Then 2 extra fans. Because, yeah, honestly, one of the core issues with my previous builds, and those were usually laptops, was that they got incredibly hot, incredibly fast. Then, as for the sound card, it was interesting. Even the highest tier sound card that I chose, it told me, yeah, your motherboard can do better than this. You don't need to pick that, basically. This would be a waste of money. So it was a nice touch from the software. Then a network card, that's basically that standard. No, I don't require a wireless network card apparently, because the motherboard is Wi-Fi compatible. But I really don't know how this works. No range extenders, that's just basic USB options. Then Windows 11. And as for the monitor, I chose a 2560x1440 at 165 Hertz, a Cooler Master. I think that's a decent model, but there is plenty to choose from basically all price ranges. The one that I chose was upper mid-range. I think it was that one, yeah. That's the one. So yeah, let me know, what do you think about this build? Anything that you would improve upon? Anything that you would advise me against? That's just really interesting to me to hear some opinions from more informed people and more tech-savvy people than I am. Also, as for the keyboard and the mouse, I chose Corsair Gaming, Corsair Pro Gaming keyboard and an Asus ROG Gladius 3 gaming mouse. Honestly, I know that those gaming mice are usually kind of a scam, but whatever. There is not that much to choose and pick from anyway. If there is anything that sounds better to you, let me know. And I certainly as hell ain't gonna be getting a Chakram gaming mouse. That's just out of the question. That just sounds ridiculous. Then as for the webcams, there is honestly not that much to choose from. And the others, I think this one was sold out already. And I think 1080p with recordings, that's decent enough. I'm gonna take that one. Yep, that's basically it. So the price for now would be around 4K or around 4.4K, whatever, with the other RAM option, the other graphics card option. Both would still barely be within my price range. I've saved up a lot. Yeah, please let me know in the comments. I'm stoked to have a discussion here and have the input of some more tech-savvy people than I am. Because as I've stated previously, I am completely clueless when it comes to this kind of stuff. I just want my SP to run on more than 15 FPS. And make that 7 when there's an engagement. Alright, that's it for now. Looking forward to your feedback. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. 5 aces, out.